What's up, Snorted the Crew? It's yours truly, Snorted. Right now, but again to Memphis rapper FBG Fat Slime turned gangster after graduating immediately got killed. Godly, that was a loaded title. That was a loaded title. Anyway, originally to this be down in the description. Before we get into the video, let me tell you about the merch giveaway. Yes, we giving away shit on merch. Anyway, we got an 8-carat pinky ring, and we also got diamond earrings, VVs. Or VS for real. I ain't gonna lie. The appraisal paper say VS. But that was VV. She said that was VS. I'm like, alright, you win. Anyway, every $5 spent in the merch every $5 spent on the merch store will get you an entry in on the giveaway. We got hats in, we got jackets in, we got jeans in, we got shirts in. Yeah. That's what's going on right about now. Yeah. go fuck with it. It's your boy Snorted, get to it.
Friday, August 22nd, 2025, the Shelby County Sheriff's Office responded to a call for shots fired in the Memphis neighborhood of Cordova. Arriving on scene, deputies would make a grim discovery.
These folks just let it off in the Dover, man.
The Dover?
Only on Blackwood News. Damn.
Imagine going home from work. I'm talking about a long day at work. You gotta sit through all this traffic because a nigga got popped. This is crazy. Crazy work.
All the sheriffs are out here. Oh, they still putting up too, man. We in Cordova with it, active scene. Oh, it was a homicide in Cordova, man. We on Berry Hill and Chimney Rock, where the man's still in his vehicle. It's a Chevy Track. The body's in there, man. It's a homicide. Yeah, it goes down everywhere, man. We are in the county part.
At 5:40 p.m., a young man was pronounced dead, laid out in his vehicle with the windows shattered. His body sat in the driver's seat, but slumped over into the passenger seat, indicating he was shot through the driver's side window. The next day, the victim was identified as 18-year-old Antonio Sykes Jr., a 2025 graduate of Germantown High. In grief and disbelief, Mrs. Harris, the president of G-Town High's parent-teacher-student organization, took to Instagram with a post stating, "With a heavy heart, I just received the devastating news that one of my babies has been killed. He always made sure to stop by study hall to see Mrs. Harris and grab some snacks and update me on his upcoming album. That's why I nicknamed him Snacks. I'll never forget prom night. He spotted me before I saw him and proudly said, 'Mrs. Harris, you like my prom fit?' He was so happy. Then at graduation, he made sure to find me again. I was so proud of him because he was so proud of himself. This one hurts deeply. My prayers go out to his family. Rest in love."
And see, this the thing, man. Y'all don't. I know the title said turn gangster after graduating. The whole time he probably was gangster while graduating. You know, just because he went to school and did what he needed to do, did what he needed to do to get up out of that school and graduate, don't mean he wasn't a gangster. Now it's just sad to see, his life come real short. 18 is so young, bro. I know it's 18 years, but that's young as fuck. That's young, bro. And I don't know what kind of, how heavy in the gangsters he was. Well, it had to be real heavy because he didn't, then passed away. But a lot of niggas that be thinking that you soft because you go to school is crazy. And look, he was seeing Miss Harris right here, this teacher or whoever she is, was probably a relief on the gangster stuff. That's what I really was trying to say when I first started talking. Was probably a relief. Like, oh, I see Miss Harris today. It's gonna be a good day. It sounded like they had a nice teacher and student relationship. Far as he was always nice and respectful to her, and right. I'm gonna leave it alone though.
Love Antonio, love Mrs. Harris.
She was his safe space.
In school,
Yes. Shout out to Jay in the chat.
Antonio may have been perceived one way, but outside of school in the streets of Memphis, he went by the name FBG Fat Slime. On Instagram, he'd drop a live performance titled I Did It while wearing his cap and gown, smoking, and holding an AR pistol. On TikTok,
oh, that boy would knee deep in the streets. That boy would knee deep in the streets. God damn. God damn. Oh, yeah.
he'd even make a post showing his first day in high school and then his last. In his mind, he probably felt like this was some type of glow up, like he elevated into a gangster, spreading maybe $1,000, leaving the tag on his $100 jeans, a Glock in his waist, and ARP against the wall. This was who he wanted to be, and during his 4 years in high school, apparently it's who he became. But now looking at the pictures as if they were two different people, the one on the left looks like he stays out of trouble, while the one on the right is running towards it. Fat Slime was dropping diss songs, flexing guns in every video, and even went as far as dissing the dead. But his actions weren't in line with the lifestyle he portrayed. He was acting like a killer, but on TikTok, he'd post in the same Chevy Captiva he'd later be killed in. You'd think he'd know not to post his own car if he was actually getting active. Even in social media comments, many were surprised by his death, unaware that he was actually into it enough to actually be killed. A little over a month ago, Fat Slime sat down for his very first interview with Kiwi Visuals TV. He described how he became a rapper in less than a year, how his music took off through TikTok, and even gave insight on his plans for the future.
Right.
A future he wouldn't live to see.
What's going on? This your boy Fat Slime, and I'm here with Kiwi Visuals, man.
First interview?
Yeah, first jump. Started posting on TikTok shit, and then on Instagram. And yeah, I hit my first meal. And then I ain't even be rapping the whole year yet. I'm focused on this shit. I'm finna move to Nashville and shit. Finna start streaming and shit. Y'all stay tuned. I'm finna start YouTube. I'm finna start doing all this shit.
How old you is?
18, I just turned 18 in January.
Because I saw you graduated high school.
Boy, you look 30. I ain't gonna lie, he got more face hair than me. You look 30. Golly. What are they putting in the milk these days? Oh my no.
School and shit like that. So like, is you going to college down there, or you just going down there just to get over type shit?
Which I don't know. A nigga had like to cook, I'm finna go to culinary school on God.
Real
Yeah. A lot of niggas don't know what to do with their life. I gotta do something like cool. We in Memphis, we ain't even really like that shit, fool.
Another local rapper named
I only been to Memphis one time. I ain't get to explore the city, but for what I saw. From what I saw. Mind you, I was right there by the Martin Luther King exhibit. I was right there. But for what I saw, boy, I wish I could have stayed a little longer.
Baby Bumpstock would sit down for an interview with Kiwi the day after his cousin Fat Slime died. 2 days before that, Bumpstock was shot in the face and luckily survived.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
my little cousin, the Fat Slime, he just passed away on yesterday. This shit still got me like, man, what the fuck, but
So let's get a little bit into Fat Slime, because when I first heard about it, I saw it on your page. But at first I thought y'all was just trolling, so I'm thinking like he probably like just did some shit or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't think he actually had passed away.
Yeah.
So I saw everybody post. So where was you at like when you found out he passed away and stuff?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, my whole lit, like, bro, cause 2 days before he had passed away, I had got shot. So shit, I'm thinking like, man, this shit never just happened. Cause like, damn, like, how the fuck, like, nobody, man, this shit just really weird as hell. My mind was just throwed off. I'm still like, I'm still shook up out the shit, but it cool. It's just life shit, I guess.
Yeah.
If this video was to serve any purpose other than covering another senseless killing, it's to show the power in how you choose to portray yourself. The energy you put out will always come back.
Right.
And for those too young and dumb to understand, let me simplify things. If you think this is lame and you'd rather look like this, you're already lowering your chances of making it past 25. If you want to catch a case because you want to tote guns before you turn 21, when you can actually do it legally, you're already lowering your chances of making more than minimum wage, as you're going to be a felon. You're setting yourself up for failure and to be nothing more than a fucking hashtag on your homie's Instagram page as they write long live whatever the fuck your name is. See, Fat Slime thought it was funny to post on TikTok when me and bro tried to change because it's 2025, but a sweet young walked past us with a peanut butter 19X with a Chris Vec mag. He's talking about robbing a soft kid for his gun, and now his comments say RIP. It's more than likely Bumstock still has staples in his face from getting shot, and hopefully he learns from Fat Slime's mistakes and gets far away from Memphis.
Football guy, mom. I'm trying to fuck saying how. Tell her I'm trying to fuck tonight, nigga.
I hope he understands.
Hey, this the nigga first comment. More likely his first time in the stream, bro.
The chance that he has and the chance that you all watching have at staying out of the streets and actually living life. Now, I wanted to cover this video for a few reasons. One of them being it goes back to the quote that I used to speak on back when I started YouTube, something that I learned in prison. Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your feelings. Watch your feelings, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your lifestyle. Watch your lifestyle, it controls your destiny. As soon as you stop portraying to be something online, you know, you're showing off guns, you're talking about doing this, doing that, you're feeding yourself a certain mentality, a mentality that doesn't just stay with you when you're on it.
I ain't gonna lie, he just spitted some facts right there. Like, all that stuff really go inside one another, and from what life taught me, whatever I thought came out. However I acted, it reflected, you know? So that was some wise words coming from 1090J. You know, he probably got more wise words. You know, he been through a lot. But I couldn't agree with what he said. I can agree with what he said for sure.
Instagram, when you leave the house, you carry this mentality, right? Your way of thinking slowly starts to become your way of living. And then all of a sudden, even if you had nothing to do with this lifestyle now has something to do with you, because you're bringing forth the characteristics of living that life. You're introducing negative things into your daily routine. And through that, you end up with a result like this. You graduated high school and decided to do a music video smoking weed with a gun. What type of energy do you think you're bringing forth? Where were the parents, the adults, anybody that could have stepped in and been like, what the fuck are you doing? Because realistically, I didn't graduate high school. I dropped out of high school. I was in prison when people were still in high school. So it's like, for my generation, if you were still in school, you were already looked at a certain type of way. Like, you can't be that official in the street. How the fuck? You made it to school. It's like the rappers that make it to college. How were you already in the street? If you graduated high school and then went to college, you were playing ball. That means after school, you weren't at the park fighting the other kids. You weren't doing this and that. You were at practice, practicing for the game on the weekend. People want to portray certain shit. It's accepted to do so. And then people wonder what the fuck went wrong.
But 1090J acting like he don't know the football player that did both. He don't know the basketball player that did both. He don't know the one that did the one that went to school that did both. Me personally, I graduated high school. I wasn't in the streets, never been. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep I YouTube for a living. Fuck is you talking about? But I know niggas that did both. What? Boy, I really know niggas that did both. Boy, and then about the high school, boy, that's all they did was that. Shit. Fuck. Shit, practice let out at 6:30. You got the rest of the day to thug, nigga. You got the rest of the day to thug it out. The hell?
When an 18-year-old graduate gets killed. But rest in peace to Fat Slime, and I hope, even if it's only one of y'all watching this understands this message and it hits you a certain way, because you could end up in the next video I cover. There's no sparing anybody. I don't do shout-outs. I don't do videos of, you know, you just made $1 million, you just became successful, I don't do those type of videos. You only end up on my channel if you die, snitch, or some crazy shit happens that most likely you did. The goal isn't to end up on my channel. The goal is to avoid it. And by watching my shit...
Okay. RP Fat Slime, RP Fat Slime, bro. Life came at him fast, man. Who knows, man? He could have went to a culinary school and opened up a restaurant and been successful that way. I do agree with 1090 Jake. He didn't have to hop in the streets for that though. Cause listen to this. You wanted to be a chef and a rapper and a thug. He could have just forget thugging and quit and forget rapping and been a chef and been so successful. It's so many millionaire chefs. I when he said that out of his mouth, I'm like, oh, this nigga think different. You know what I mean? This nigga, he think different. He could have just did that. But RP the Fat Slime, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy. This boy Snore, I'm gone.